Good afternoon, everybody. Today is August 10, 2022. Today our lecture is Visuddhimagga para Purification, Samadhi Nidesa, Body Concentration, Maranasati, the mindfulness on that, part 81. So before starting the lecture, we pay respect to the Buddha, saying Namo Tassa in 3 times, please. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Thank you very much for your watching. So today we continue talking about the how to practice mindfulness on that. So we need to reflect various nature of the death. So Buddha gave the method in various way. So that's why today we have to understand to how to practice in the various kind of methods to practice mindfulness of death. So another reflecting is the person who are very the mental power and AD we call AD Mahata. AD Mahata is very supernatural power. So that person, even though that person they are going to die, so that cannot reflecting here mentioned Padingo Taka Matina Pada. You know, Pada is no, Pada is a what? Pada is a food. Food. So Padin Guptaka is the Padin Guptaka is like a thumb in the food. So that kind of food. Matakina is mata is only. So we study the translation is not here. Paringutaka Matina Vijayanda Mataka Payi. Vijayan Makampai. So ayo nami di matan nami di matan sito dudio ekasawako. Ekasawako. So here we have to Vijayandan Akampai. Vijayandan plus Akampai. So two words combined here. Vijayandan Akampai. We have to separate these words. And then Namedi Madan. So Namedi Madan is Edi Madan. Namedi Madan, Nama Edi Madan. So we starting from here, Edi Madan. Edi Madan, the supernatural power at the Buddha time. The supernatural power, who has a supernatural power is second chief disciple. So that's one here. Sito Dudiyo. Sito is the best. Sito means the best. The best in the supernatural power. Dudiyo is the second one. So the Buddha has two chief disciples. One chief disciple is Sariputta, and then second is Moggallana. Here, Moggallana, mention Moggallana. So that's one here, Dutiyo, second one. Ega Sawago. Ega is the greatest. Ega is the top. Top. Ega is the top. The Sawaka is the disciple. So the chief disciple in English translation in Ega here, chief. Sawaka is a disciple. So Ega Sawaka is a chief disciple. So Ega is a many the different meaning. But here is a chief. So disciple is there are two kind of disciple of the Buddha. We call in Pali Ega Sawaka and Maha Sawaka. So Ega Sawaka is a chief disciple. Maha Sawaka is great disciple. So we separate like this. We separate these two kind of the disciple. So here, Ega Sawaka, the meaning is Moggallana. The Moggallana is the best person who has a power of supernatural. So that's why here mentioned. Edi Matan Sito Dudiyo Ega Sawako. Ega Sawaka is a chief disciple, then Moggallana. Okay, so Padingut Taka Matina. With the just only with the food. Vijayandam. Vijayandam is the Vijayandam is a very big dwelling for celestial being. The name of very big celestial being dwelling here Pali Vijayandam. Vijayandam is celestial beings dwelling. Name of the celestial beings dwelling, Vijayandam. So that kind of dwelling, Akampai means make shaking. Make shaking, Akampai. So he, with his supernatural power, he make like this. He can. So be that chief disciple, very, he has a great, the best supernatural power, and he is the chief disciple of the Buddha. But even though he has that kind of power, but Mukhan. Huh? Michu Mukhan Goran. Migo Siha Mukhan Viya. So the example, Viya is the example. Like Migo is like the deer. Siha is a lion. Siha is a lion. Mukha is a mouth. So the mouth of lion, all deer is going to the mouth of the lion. Here, poito is enter into the mouth of the lion. So Miga is enter into the mouth of the lion like this, even though that very, very great supernatural power person, the Moggallana, Michu Mukhan. Michu is dead. Mukha is like a lion mouth. Michu is that's a metaphor. So metaphor is the Michu is no mouth, but metaphor is like this, saying like this. Yeah. So that's why he mentioned Michu Mukhan, the mouth or the dead. Kora. Kora is Kora is a very very how we say why. So Michu Mukha is nobody like. So that's why Kora. Very, very horrible. Very, very horrible, isn't it? Yeah. So Saha Adihi Madi Sesu Kati Katawa Kata Kati Katawa Kati. So Saha Adihi Adi is a supernatural power. Saha is together. Together with the supernatural power, that the person, very, very horrible, the mouth of the dead, potito, enter. Madi Sesu. Madi Sesu means ourselves. Katawa kata, how we say. We don't have, we have no words to say. Because even though that person very, very great supernatural power, he entering the mouth of the dead, like all deer enter into the mouth of the lion. So like this, yeah. So Madhisesu is like ourselves. We don't have that kind of power. So how we can say, yeah, even like this. Even like this, Edi Mahata Do. Edi Mahata Do. Edi is a supernatural power. Mahata is a great. Maha is a great supernatural power person. Yeah. So according to that way, according to that method, we can reflect the nature of death like this. Buddha gave that kind of method to reflect the nature of death. Anusari Dhamma should be reflect like this. So this is a very, very great supernatural power person cannot run away from the dead. The nature we can reflect like this. And then the other one, Katan Anyamhadado. So how about the great wisdom person? So how about we reflect the nature of that, the person who has a great wisdom? So that way also here Buddha gave the method. Okay, so translate in English, step one is like this: the second of the chief disciple. So the Moggallana. The second of the chief disciple, the foremost in the miraculous power, supernatural power, who with the point of his great toe, the Padingutaka is a toe. Dick Rock, which and Palace Tower of the celestial being. The celestial being palace name is Vijayanda. Yeah. So like a deer in the lime's jaw, lime mouth. He too means the second chief disciple also, despite miraculous potency, power he has, but he cannot run away from the dead. So fell into the dreadful jaw of the dead. So what can be said? What can be told of those like me? We can see. Yeah, like this. So it should be reflected in that way by the comparison with those of the great supernormal power. So supernormal power cannot, against the death, the nature of death. So you can reflect like this. And then how about by the comparison with those of the great wisdom or understanding? So Buddha gave the method like this in Pali. Loka Nathan. Loka Nathan Tapitwana Ye Senye Ati Pani no Panyaya Sariputta. Sariputta. Kalang Nekahandi Solasa. Lokanatha. Lokanatha is another name of the Buddha. So Buddha, many different names. So Pali combined two words, Loka and Natha. Loka is the person in the wall. Natha is a kind of the Natha is kind of civil, severe, save from the suffering. So Buddha save from the suffering for all living beings. So that meaning is here Lokanatha. Yeah. Save from the suffering, dukkha, suffering. Save from the suffering. So Buddha like this. So that's why here Buddha name, another Buddha name is Lokanatha. So Lokanatha. So Buddha Tapitwana is assumption. Assumption the Buddha is Chinyi, Inyi, Ye Cha Inyi. Chinyi is Cha Inyi. Inye is the other one. The other one, not including the Buddha. Yeah. Ye Bani no. Ye is together with the Bani no. Ye Bani no. Bani no is the living being. Ye Bani no. Some living being. Ati. Ati is there is. There are some living beings. Sariputta. Sariputta is the name of the first chief disciple. Sariputta. So Sariputta of the Sariputta, Panyaya. Panyaya is a wisdom. Solasa. Solasa is a 16. Solasa is number 16. 16. 16. Solasa. Kalan. Kalan is a one portion. So we make it's a metaphor. We make Sariputta wisdom. We make 16 portion. So the other person wisdom is 1 by 60. That meaning. Nakahandi. Nakahandi means na. Kahandi. Nagandi is Nagandi means cannot compare. The Sariputta wisdom is great wisdom. That meaning. Everyone like this. So Sariputta is a great wisdom. Exemption the Buddha. So Buddha is the best one, but under the Buddha, Sariputta is wisdom is great. So everyone like this. Evo nama Mahabanyo. Patamo Egasaoko. Mahabanyo is a great. Banyo is a wisdom the person who has a great wisdom. Patamo, the first person. Egasaoko. So first chief disciple. Egasaoka is the first chief disciple. So the meaning is Sariputta. Sariputta. Yeah. Nama. Even though the Sariputta has a great wisdom, but he cannot against the death, the nature of death, with his wisdom, isn't it? So that's why here, Maranasa Vasampato. Maranasa is death of the death. Vasan is the witch of the dead. The witch of the dead. Pato is a rich. So the meaning is, even though Sariputta has a great wisdom, but finally he will die according to the nature of death. So that meaning. So Mahadi Sesu for us, Mahadi Sesu like us, Katawa Kadi, what we can say. Katawa Kadi. We can say anything. Yeah. So everyone like this. Panyamada do compare with the great wisdom person, you can reflect the nature of death. No, sorry, Taba. You should reflect the nature of death like this. Compare with the great wisdom person. Even though great wisdom person, that person cannot run away from the nature of death with his great wisdom. So like this. Okay, so English translation here. The first of the two chief disciples did so exalt in the wisdom art that saved the Hepla of the war. So the translate English translation save the Hepla of the war is Loka Nato. Loka Nato. Loka is a war. Nata is a save Savior or the helpful. Some meaning is the Buddha have Buddha saved from the suffering for all living beings. So Lokanato, but English translate like this. So no being is what? His 16th part of the wisdom. But though so great wisdom person was a Sariputta's understanding faculty, even though he has like that kind of power wisdom, but he fall into the depth's power too. So what can be said of those like us, like me? Yeah, we can't say anything. So it should be recollect in that way by comparison with those of the great understanding or wisdom. Okay, so this is another method how we can practice nature of depth. The kind of meditation is we call maranasati, mindfulness on that. Okay, and then Pali continue explaining. Katam Pichika Buddha do. So Pichika Buddha do, compare with the Pichika Buddha. Katam, how we reflect the nature of death. So here, Yebite Atano Jnana Viriya Balena. Jnana Viriya Balena. So Jnana Bala. Bala is power, the power of wisdom. Viriya Bala, the power of effort, isn't it? So two kind of power. The power of wisdom and power of the effort. I don't know is themselves. Sabha kilesa satu nemathana. Sabha is all. Sabha is all. Kilesa is a mental defilement. Sabha kilesa satu. Satu is a enemy. The enemy is, the mental defilement is our common enemy for all living beings, isn't it? All living beings, every life destroyed by these mental defilements. So mental defilement is really our common enemy. So that's why here Pali Satu. Satu is enemy. So Satu Nemathana. Nemathana is make a powder. Make a powder. Make a powder. All kilesa enemy make a powder means destroy. Destroy all mental defilements. Katoa is a make. After make, Pichika body. Pichika Buddha body is understanding. Pichika Buddha body is enlightenment. Yeah, body is here enlightenment. Pichika is separate, separately enlightenment. So yeah, body is many different kind of enlightenment. We call Samma-sambodhi, Pichika body, Sawaka body. So we partly use three kind of body, three kind of enlightenment. Samma-sambodhi is for Buddha. Buddha enlightenment is we call Samma-sambodhi. And then Pichika body. Pichika body is a separate Buddha. Separate Buddha enlightenment. Pichika body. And then Sawaka body. Sawaka is a disciple enlightenment. Disciples of many different kind of disciple, chief disciple or great disciple or whatever. Or all disciple or the Buddha enlightenment is we call Sawaka body. So here, Pichika body meaning is so separate Buddha enlightenment. Pata is a rich. Keka Vipassanā kappa. Keka Vipassanā kappa. So Keka is kind of hippo. Hippo has only one horn, isn't it? Keka Vipassanā is horn. Keka is hippo. Yeah, hippo horn. Keka Vipassanā kappa. Kappa is similar. Siambu no. Siambu no means Siambu is Bu is a happy. Siam is one side. That meaning is no teacher. No teacher to make a wisdom. Like Buddha, Pichika Buddha, only 2 persons. They have no wisdom, no teacher. They can make their wisdom, their own power, their own wisdom and vidya, power, wisdom, power, vidya, their own. No need teacher. So that means Sayambu. So Sayambu meaning is, no need to listen the method of the meditation, Vipassanā meditation. They don't need to listen from the other person. Just they know themselves how to practice Vipassanā inside meditation, and they can do themselves. So that meaning here, Sayambu no. Yebite is the first of the sentence, beginning of the sentence. Yebite, so these person, the Pichika Buddha, these Pichika Buddha are there are these Pichika Buddha in the world. So Tebi, these Pichika Buddha also. Tebi means these Pichika Buddha also. Maranato, from the dead. To is a from. Maranato, from the dead. Na mutta. Mutta is a free. Na mutta is not free. Kuto Panahan, Kuto Panahan. Panahan is a Panahan. Panahan. Pali is to combine Panahan. So Panahan is an I. Mochi say Samiti. Mochi say Samiti. Mochi say Samiti. Mochi say Sami is free. How I'm free from the death. So that meaning. How should I free from the kind of death? Because even though the Pichika Buddha cannot free from the death, so how can I free from that death? So the reflecting like this. Yeah. So Buddha gave the method. You can reflect the nature of death like this. Okay, so English translation. How by the comparison with the Pichika Buddha, separate Buddha, even though who by the strength of their own knowledge and energy, Virya, crush all the enemy defilement, manda defilement, kilesa. Crush is, in Pali is nimatana. Nimatana is crush, or crush meaning to destroy into the pieces, destroy into the powder, isn't it? Crush. All the enemy or defilements is sabba kilesa satu. Enrich the enlightenment for themselves, the Pichika boarding, who stood alone like Hon or the rhinoceros, who were self-perfect, were still not free from the death. So how should I be free from that kind of death? We can recollect the nature of death like this. Okay, and then Bali mentioned in the other method on to reflect. Tantan nimeta magama. Tantan nimeta magama. Vimansanda mahesayo. Vimansanda mahesayo. Sayambu nyana tejena yepata asawakaya. Tanda Nimeda is a kind of the Nimeda is a sign. Tanda Nimeda means that sign. Tanda Nimeda agama. So Tanda Nimeda magama is agama. Tanda Nimeda agama. So Tanda Nimeda is that sign. Agama take. So take that sign. Vimansanda. Vimansanda is investigate. Vimansa. Yeah. Vimansa is kind of, the wisdom, with the wisdom, investigate the kind of sign. Mahesayo. Mahesayo is a Maha-esayo. So Maha is a great. Asia is kind of the quality. The quality means the quality of the sila guna. We say in Pali is sila guna, samadhi guna, panya guna, Guna is a quality. The quality of morality, the quality of concentration, the quality of the wisdom. So the person who's searching for these quality, we call Mahesayo. Yeah. Mahesayo. Mahesaya is searching for these quality of Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Siyambhu Jnana Tejena. So Siyambhu Jnana is himself without teacher. Jnana Tejena. Jnana is a wisdom. Tejena is Teja is power. The power of the wisdom. Here the Siyambhu Jnana Tejena means Sabhinyutta Jnana, isn't it? For the Buddha. Ibada Achawa Kayan. Ye some person Asawa Kayan. Asawa is Kanka. Kaya is gone. So all Kanka gone. All Asawa, four kind of Asawa. Kamasawa, Bhawasawa, Ditasawa, Avijasawa. So these four kind of Asawa is gone. We say in Pali, Asawa Kayan. So we as make a separation after doing the Hosanti, Idame Bonya Asawakayan Wahan Hodu Aswakayan. Like this. Yeah. So Aswakayan Pata. Pata is rich. Yeah. Aswakayan Pata. And then Eka Shariya Niwasena. Eka is only. Only meaning is no companion, no friends, just lonely. Eka chariya. Staying and practicing lonely, not with the companion. Eka chariya niwasena. Niwasena is a staying. Practicing and staying and lonely, only one, not with the companion. Keka Singa Samupama. So Keka is a kind of the rhino horn. Upama. Samupama is a similar example. Upama is example. Keka Singa Samupama. Keka Singa is the horn of the rhino, and Samupama is Upama. Upama is example. Debi is these Bichika Buddha also. Nadi Gata Michu. Nadi Gata is cannot Nadi Gata is cannot run away from the death. Madi says Katawa Gadi. For us, how we can see? How we can see? We cannot see anything about the nature of death. So even like this, Pichika Buddha door Anusari Tava. So compare with the Pichika Buddha, we can recollect the nature of the death like this. So this is another method how to practice the mindfulness on that in that way. So Buddha gave another way. So you can reflect, or even though the Vichika Buddha, great wisdom, and then the effort to searching for the, the quality of the Sila Samadhi Panya, they they are free from the canker, but finally they will die. So reflecting like this, this is another method. And then we go to the translation. So to have them in the search for truth. But for true, English translation for true, for true is just Mahesayo is the search for true, meaning is the true, the ultimate truth. So to search for the ultimate truth, what we need is quality of morality, quality of concentration, the quality of wisdom we need. So here English translation like this. Yeah. And then the sick, period sign imply their knowledge brought them into self-perfection. Self-perfection meaning is a no need the other have, the other person have. No need teacher, that meaning. No need listening how to practice the Vipassanā inside meditation, that meaning. So their canker were at lunch destroyed, like rhinos horn. They lived alone in the constancy, but that they could no way evade. So what can we say of those like me? So it should be reclad in that way by comparison with the Pachika Buddha. This is another method. And then the last one. The last method, how to reflect the nature of death, is here. Katan Samma Sambuddhato. Katan, how we reflect. Samma Sambuddhato. Compare with the Samma Sambuddha. Yobi is a leader. Bhagawa is a Buddha. A CD, Anubhyajana, Patimandita, Pratinsa, Mahabhurisa Lakhana, Vichitara Rupakayo. Very long word. Many combined. Bhagawa is a Buddha. So modify the mention the very long Pali word mentioned Buddha body. Buddha body is a CD is 80. 80. So 80 on the Buddha body, the 80 kind of Dvinchana is kind of the Dvinchana is a kind of the mark, M-A-R-K, mark, special mark on the Buddha body. Yeah, Buddha is just the very very rare human being. So on his body, he has a special mark, different from the other human being. Yeah. So 1880 kind of mark on the Buddha body. Yeah. So here mentioned like this: a CD Anubhyajana. Okay, a CD Anubhyajana, Patimandita. Patimandita is decorate. Decorate with 80 kind of marks, special marks on the Buddha body. Yeah. Padimandita. And then Tvatinsa. Tinsa is a 30, isn't it? Tvatinsa is a 32. 32. Tvatinsa. Mahapurisa Lakhana. Yeah. Maha is a great. Purisa is Purisa is the person. Lakhana is a characteristic. Yeah. So 32 great person characteristic also on the Buddha body. Yeah. So Vichitra is a very how we say amazing. Vichitra is amazing 32 great great person characteristic. The Buddha body. Very amazing. Yeah. Very, very amazing. So here, Vichitra, Rupa Kayo. Rupa is the materiality. Kayo is a body, the materiality of the Buddha body. On the Buddha body, 80 kind of the special marks, the decorated by 80 kind of special mark, and then amazing 32 great person characteristic. So say it like this, explain it like this. So you can learn the 80 kind of math is you can learn in the Tika Nikaya. Tika Nikaya is playing many detail in the Tika Nikaya. And the 32, great person characteristic also. You can learn in the Tika Nikaya. So here, right now, if we explain these, we take time. So that's why not mention detail, just a number. 80 kind of the mark is decorated to the Buddha body, and then 32 great person characteristic also to make amazing the Buddha body. Yeah. So that's why so the wise person, when they saw the Buddha, they know that person is straight. That person is not simple human being. They know that. Yeah. Okay, and then Sabbakara Parisuddha Silakhandadi Guna Radana. This one very long. Sameda Dhammakayo. So Buddha has two kind of body. Physical body is we call Rupakayo in Pali. Rupakayo is a physical body. Dhammakayo is a Dhamma body also. So here I explain Dhamma body. Dhammakayo. So what is the Dhammakayo? Here Sabbakara. Sabbakara is Sabba Akara. All aspect. All aspect. Sabba Akara. Sabba is all. Akara is aspect. All aspect. Parisuddha. Parisuddha is very purified. Parisuddha. All around clean. Puri is all around. Suddha is clean. Yeah, very beautiful. Silakhandadi. Silakhanda is Sila is a morality. Yeah. Here Khanda is a kind of kind of the group, one kind of group. Sila Khanda, Samadhi Khanda, Panya Khanda. So 3 kind of group, isn't it? So Adi, etc. means Sila Khanda Adi. So Sila Khanda, Samadhi Khanda, Panya Khanda. 3 kind of khanda, 3 kind of group. It's a guna, it's a quality. Yeah, it's a special quality. For the Buddha, Buddha Sila is cannot compare with the other person Sila. Buddha Samadhi also cannot compare with the other person Samadhi, concentration. Buddha wisdom also cannot compare with the other person wisdom. Buddha Sila Samadhi Banya, supreme, the best, great. Huh? So that's why here, guna, quality. It's a special quality. Quality is a special quality. Guna. Ratana is like the gem, like a precious stone. In the world, precious stone is not for everybody, isn't it? Precious stone is very rare chance to see. Everybody cannot see these precious stone. So like this, Buddha is like Buddha. The Dhamma Kaya, the Dhamma body, Buddha Dhamma body is like a precious stone because of very rare chance to see it. So right now we learn the Visuddhimagga. So Visuddhimagga is without Buddha. Visuddhimagga is Dhamma Kaya from the Buddha body. 45 years, Buddha teaching a lot, many. In the 3 basket, we say Tipitaka. 3 basket, a lot for teaching the Buddha non-stop, every day, Buddha 45 years. So this is a Buddha Dhamma Kaya. These teaching, all teachings are 45-year teachings are Buddha Dhamma Kaya, Dhamma body. Yeah. So here, simile or metaphor, use a metaphor. So Dhamma Kaya, the physical body is we can see, isn't it, with our naked eye. But Dhamma Kaya is only we can see with the wisdom eye. With the wisdom eye only we can see these Dhamma Kaya, the Dhamma body or the Buddha, isn't it? So this is a very reasonable. They explain like this, more understanding about the Buddha. Buddha has 2 different the body, physical body and Dhamma body. Yeah. The Rupakaya and Dhammakaya. Yeah. Rupakaya or Dhammakaya. Here explained that's why 2 different body. Okay? Yeah. So Samhita. Samhita is how we say Samhita is fulfilled, complete with these special, special quality is we call Dhammakaya. So the Samhita Dhammakaya. Guna Vadana Samhita Dhammakaya. Sabakara Parisuddha Silakhanda Di Guna Vadana Samhita Dhammakaya. Yeah, sometimes some Pali words like this, very long. Yeah, many words together to explain, to describe the 2 different body or the Buddha. Yeah, physical body and Dhamma body. Yeah. Okay, and then Yasa Mahata Punya, another long word. Mahata Dhamma, Mahata AD, Mahata Panya, Mahatana. Oh my, very long. So Yasa Mahada. Mahada is a great, isn't it? Mahada is a great. Mahada, Maha is the same. Mahada, Yasa Mahada. Yasa is the follower. Buddha followers, great, many Buddha followers. That meaning Buddha has many followers, so that's why we call Buddha is Yasa Mahada. Okay, Buddha has many followers, that's why we call Buddha is Yasa Mahada. And then Punya Mahada. Punya is a wholesome deed. Punya is a kind of the parami. We can say parami is called punya. So Buddha, that the kind of parami in every life he collects, and many long life, So Buddha punya is great. We cannot compare with the other person punya. So Buddha has a lot of punya, a lot of the wholesome deed. That's why we call Buddha, punya mahata. Punya mahata. So Yasamada, we call Buddha Yasamada. We call Buddha punya mahata. And then another one, we call Buddha Dhamma mahata. Dhamma is a power. Dhamma bala, Pali saying. Dhamma bala saying. So Dhamma mahata is the Buddha has great power. So that's why the physical power and the mental power, Buddha cannot compare with the other person. Yeah, that's why we call Buddha is Dhamma mahata. So Dhamma is a power. Power has two kind of power in the Buddha: physical power and mental power. Physical power also Buddha physical power is great, and then mental power also great. So that's why Dhamma mahata. And then Adi mahata, another one. Adi mahata, the Buddha has a supernatural power, great supernatural power. That's why Buddha we call Adi mahata. Adi is a supernatural power. Supernatural power is great. And then another one, Panya mahata. Panya mahata. Panya is a wisdom. So Buddha wisdom is cannot compare with the other person. Buddha wisdom we call Savinyutta. Sava is all. Nyutta is a knowing. Buddha wisdom is able to know all things in the world. So 45 years Buddha teaching is little what the Buddha know. No mention, no explain, but Buddha know everything is many a lot. Because Buddha no need to, it's not necessary. It's unnecessary to explain because it's not related with the freedom of the suffering. That's why which Buddha didn't explain, but he knew. So Panyamahata, Buddha is a Panyamahata. So yeah, Panyamahatana parang. No parang. No parang. Parang and parang is a different. Parangato. Parangato is a spot. Buddha is perfect a spot. Parangato. Huh? Parangato is, Buddha reached the end. Asamo. Buddha, Asamo. Samo is a say, but Buddha is not saying with the other. So that's why Buddha, we call Buddha another name Asamo. Asamasamo. Asamasamo is a Buddha only saying with the previous Buddha. Asamasamo is a Buddha, yes, saying with only other previous Buddha, not the other person. Yeah. So that meaning Asamasamo. Samo is the same. And then Apati Bogalo. Apati Bogalo means cannot compare with the other. Buddha cannot compare with the other in various kind of things. And then Arahant. Arahant meaning is destroy all sport of the kilesa. So round or rebirth cannot run. So Arahant. And then Sammasambuddha. Sammasambuddha is a Buddha knowing everything without teachers. Yeah. Buddha knowing the rightly Samma, Sang, Buddha. So Sama is rightly. Sang is himself without teacher. Buddha is knowing. So the Sobi, that kind of Buddha also, Sobi, that kind of Buddha also. Sali Waluti, Salila Uti Nipadina. Salila Uti Nipadina. Salila Uti Nipadina is Uti is a rain. Salila is heavy. So Salila Uti is heavy rain. Pali is a heavy rain. Salila Uti. Salila Oti Nipadena. Nipada is a falling, fall down. So fall down the heavy rain. Maha Eki Kano Viya. Viya is a like. Maha is a big. Eki is fire. Eki is a fire. Kanda is a pine. The pine of big fire, the heavy raining falling, that fire, even though very wet fire, extinguished because of the heavy raining, isn't it? Like this. So Buddha has a great, special quality and many power, and everything is a great, but finally Buddha go to the Nibbana. So that means that Buddha die, isn't it? So here, the metaphor mentioned, metaphorically, Marana Oti Nipadena. So Marana, death, is kind of heavy rain, OT. Falling the heavy rain with pine or fire, disappear like this. Buddha, great power, everything great, but because of marana, like a raining, yeah. Thana so. Thana so means quickly. Vipassanā disappear. Quickly disappear. Yeah. 45 years after enlightenment, Buddha enlightenment, he stayed 45 years. So 45 years very, very quickly, isn't it? Not long, quickly. That's why Thana so is quickly. Quickly, Vipassanā is a disappear. Buddha 35 years like a human being, and 45 years is a Buddha. So 80 years. 80 years, just 45 years as a Buddha. 35 years as a normal human being. So that's why 45 years is too much quickly. Too quickly disappear. Yeah. So Bali mentioned like this. Thana so Vipassanā. Okay, so English translation here like this. How by comparison with the fully enlightened Buddha, with the even the blessed one, the Buddha, whose material body, English translation material body, physical body, material body, was embellished with the 80 lesser detail and then adorned with the 32 mark of the great man, whose Dharma body brought to perfection the treasure quality of the aggregate of the vacuum, etc., 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 meaning the concentration and wisdom, made pure in every aspect, who overpassed greatness of fame, the Yasamanda, greatness of faith, Yasamanda, greatness of merit, Punya Mahada, greatness of strength, Dhamma Mahada, greatness of supernormal power, and AD Mahada, greatness of the understanding, so this is Panya Mahada, yeah. Who has no equal, Asamo. Who was the equal of those without equal? So the meaning is only equal with previous Buddha. And then without double. Without double meaning is in Pali, but without double is in Pali is Apati Pogalo. Yeah, Apati Pogalo. And then accomplish Arahant and Sammasambuddha is fully enlightened. So even he was suddenly quenched. Quench means to disappear by the downpour of that rain. As a great mass of the fire is quenched by the downpour of the rain of water. That's metaphorically explained like this. Yeah. Okay. So we can reflect the nature of death like this, in that way. Compare with the Buddha. So Buddha, even though Buddha tap like this, so Pali mentioned, Eవం Mahanubhavasa Yan Nametan Mahesino Na Bhayena Na Lajjaya. Marana Vasa Magadam. So, Ewa Mahanuba Vasa. Like Maha is a great, Anubhava is a power, a power, great power who the Buddha has. Yan Banedang Mahesino. Mahesino is a Maha Esino, who such great quality or Pakyu quality or the concentration quality or the wisdom. So we call Mahesino. Wasa Magadan, Wasang Agadan. Wasa Magadan. Wasang. Wasang is which Wasang. Marana, the death, Bayena, because of fear, Na Agadan. Agadan, Na is together with the Agadan. The last what? Agadan. Na Agadan. Because fear, Na Marana, death is not coming because of fear, and then Na Lijaya. Lijaya is a shame. Because of shame. Because of shame, Marana, death, Na Agadan, not coming. Negligence. Negligence means no shame. Negligence, Vida Sarajam. Vida Sarajam meaning Vida is free. Saraja is kind of the fear. No, free from fear. Sava Satta Bimadana. Sava is all. Satta is a living being. Bimadana is a destroy. So this is a marana, isn't it? So marana is a kind of all living being destroy. Teidam. Teidam marana. Teidam is marana. Here. Teidam and marana. Teidam marana, that kind of death. Madisam sadam. Like me. Katan. Katan, why? Nabi base. Nabi boisati. Nabi boisati. Iti. Nabi boisati is a cannot overcome. Cannot not overcome. Cannot destroy. Even like this, Samma Sambuddha door Anusaritava. Compare with the Samma Sambuddha, the fully enlightened Buddha, we can reflect the nature of death like this. So this is another method how to reflect the nature of death. Okay. Okay, so in my translation here, also the greater sake meaning is Buddha. Greater sake possesses such mighty power. Mighty power is a great power. That kind of great power in every way, and it was not thought fear or guilt that over him that held his sway. So no being, not even without one or one without guilt or personality, but will be submitted down. So how I will he not conquer like those like me? So it should be recollect in that way by the comparison with the fully enlightened Buddha. So this is the final method how to reflect the nature of death, maranasati, mindfulness of death, like this. You can practice like this. Okay, and then Bali continue a little bit more, explaining in the way of method how to reflect. Tasewan, tasa ewan. Ewan like this. Tasa ewan. Ewan like this, tasa is a leader. Yasa mahadadi sambanehi. Yasa mahadadi means great, the famous person like a Buddha. Adi is etc. is Yasamada, Punyamada, Dhamamada, Idimada, Panyamada, like this. So Parehi, Sade. Parehi is Sade is together. Parehi with the other person. Sade together. Marana Samanyataya. Marana is a death. Samanyataya is common concern. Samanyataya is a concern with the death. So that meaning is including Buddha, the other person also concerned with the death. Atana is ourself. Vipassanā haritoha. Bring the sangviya. The sangviya, this is a later Sutta Vipassanā. Sutta Vipassanā. Sutta is a living being. Vipassanā is a special living being. Mahambi. Me too. Marana Boisadi. We will die. Marana Boisadi means we will die. Boisadi is happening in the future. Marana Boisadi is, the death happening in the future. So that means is we will die. No sarado, reflecting like this, no sarado, upachara patta. Upachara is a kind of the power concentration, the essence concentration. Essence concentration, reach the essence concentration, Kamatana, Hodi, the meditation method. Hodi is, there is. Even like this, Upasanharanado. Upasanharanado is a compare with the various kind of various things with the other. Marana and Nusaritava should be we collect about the death, nature of death. So in the translation here, when he does his recollection in this way, by comparing himself with the other, possessors of such great faith, etc., in the light of the universality of the dead, thinking like this, death will come to me, even as it did to those distinguished beings. Then his meditation subject reach access concentration. Now, this is how that should be recollected by the comparison. Okay. So the comparison method is like this. Many kind of comparison. This is a comparison method to reflect the nature of that. And then we go to the next one. Next method is kaya bahu sadharanatoti. Kaya bahu sadharanato meaning is Yankayo, this body. Yankayo means this body. Bahu sadharano. Bahu means many. Sadharana meaning is concern with many persons. So our body is not, not concerned with only acts, with the other person also. Connect, isn't it? Yeah. Many kind, not person, anything, many kind, many cause, many situation. Our body changing with the temperature, changing with the food, changing with the various kind of disease, various kind of the virus, kind of many kind of the weapons, knives, poison, trash, many things. Our body is all the time concerned with money. Here, Pali mentioned Bahu Sadharano. Yankayo Bahu Sadharano. Asidiya, Dawa. Dawa first. Asidiya is 80. Kimi Kulana. Kimi is a kind of the virus. Kind of the inside our body, many kind of not virus, many kind of bacteria. I mean bacteria, not virus, bacteria. So some bacteria is good for our body, some bacteria is not good for our body, isn't it? So Buddha mentioned 80 kind of bacteria. Asidi Kimi Kulana. Sadharano. Sadharano means concern with these 80 bacteria, isn't it? Yeah, some bacteria is eat our blood. Some bacteria eat our bone. Some bacteria eat our fat. So various kind of bacteria we have. Yeah. So our body concerned with the 80 kind of bacteria. Tata. Tata in that 80 kind. Tata in that 80 kind. Cha Vinasita Pana. Chawi, not cha. Chawi Nesita. Chawi Nesita. Chawi is skin, isn't it? Some bacteria, Nesida is they live in the skin. So Chawi Nesida Bana. So Chawi Nesida Bana is some bacteria who live in the skin. Chawing Karandi. They eat skin. They eat our skin. Chewing, karandi. Chewing is the skin, karandi is eat. Or maybe they, make a dye skin. That's why. That's skin is, that's what I think. And then Samanisita. Samanisita is some material. Chaman. Chaman is, uh, the inner skin, not outer skin. Chawi is outer skin. Chaman is inner skin. We have a two kind of skin, isn't it? The inner skin is all the time wet. The outer skin is like a plastic, wrapped plastic. The outer inner skin. Yeah. So the some chaman inner skin, Nisida is living in the inner skin. So that kind of bacteria, chaman karandi, they eat inner skin. And then mansa nisida. Mansa nisida. Mansa is a flesh. Some bacteria who live in the flesh, mansankarandi, they eat flesh. And then naru nisida. Naru. Naru is snoo. Naru. So some bacteria who live in the snoo, narang karandi, they eat snoo. And then ati nesida. Ati is a bone. Yeah. So there's some bacteria who live in the bone, atin karandi. They eat bone. Mincha nesida. Mancha is a bone marrow. For some bacteria who live in the bone marrow, yeah, minjang karandi, they eat bone marrow. So amazing. So Buddha know everything inside our body. What happened? So so that's why English translation here is to the sharing of the body with many. Yeah, that meaning is sharing, meaning is a concern with many. So this body is shared by many. Firstly, it is shared by an 80 family of one. 80 family of one, the Kimikula family of one. Kula is a family, English translation. Kula is a family. So Kimi is a one. Kimi is a one, or Kimi is a kind of the bacteria. In nowadays, I think bacteria is more better understanding. So the science explain in our body, many bacteria, some are good, some are not good. But we need these bacteria. Without these bacteria, we cannot survive. That's why so one or bacteria is okay. There are creatures live in dependence in the outer skin, so feeding on our outer skin. The creature live in the dependent on the inner skin, feeding on the inner skin also. The creature live independent on the flesh, feeding on the flesh. The creature or bacteria live in the dependent on the snoo, feeding on the snoo. And creature in the dependent on the bones, feeding on the bones. The creature or the bacteria live in the dependent on the marrow, bone marrow, so feeding on the bone marrow, isn't it? So like this, many different, kind of ones of material concerned with our body. Some are good, some are not good. Like this. Okay. And then Pali continuously explaining Tatheva. Tatheva means in those different places, only Jayandi, these creature, these bacteria, boom. Jayandi means boom. G and D means getting OH. And me and D means die. Ochara Pasawang. Ochara is urine. Uchara is yeah, the excrete, and the pasawa is urine. Yeah, Karondi. They make the kind of the bacteria make like this. Kaiowa Nesan. Kaiowa is the body only. Nesan for them. Chudi Karanchewa. Chudi Karanchewa meaning is the delivery hall. Delivery hall for them. Chudi Karanchewa. And then Kilana Chalacha. Kilana Chala is a hospital also. Kilana Chala. Kilana Sala Cha. Hospital also for them, for the various kind of bacteria. And then Susana Cha. Susana is a cemetery. Cemetery for them. Our body is like this. So when we got Sutta, Buddha mentioned this. Wacha Kuti Cha. Wacha Kuti is a kind of restaurant for them. Buddha is like everything. Wacha Kuti Cha. And then Pachawa Donika Cha. Pachawa Donika. Pachawa Donika. Pachawa is a urine. The the throw with the urine place, like our body like this. So Buddha is playing everything like this. Our body is how the impurity impurity place. Sawang, Swayang de Sambi. Swayang de Sambi is later. Swayang Kimikulana. Swayang is together with the Kimikulana. Oh no, Kimikulana. De Sambi. So Swayang is that saw ayang, so that body. Yeah. Swayang is saw ayang. So ayang, that body is Stesambi Kimikulana. For these various kind of bacteria, Pakopena. Pakopena is because of Pakopena is destroy, Marana, death, Nigachadiwa. Nigachadiwa means just rich. The just rich, the marana, one they destroy. Yeah. Yataja. Yata is a symbol. Yataja at Sidiya Kumila Kimikulana. These various family, the 80 family or the material like this, yatha. Ewan similarly, ijatika nanyewa. Ijatika nanyewa. Ijatika is inside of our body. Aneka satana. Aneka satana means many kind. Aneka satana. Actually, satta is 100, isn't it? Aneka is a not eka. No 100 meaning is many. Pali is like this. Aneka satana is many. Your rogana. Rogana is a disease. Many disease. Bahira is outside. Bahira is outside. So inside is a many disease. Outside what? Ahi, Vichikadina. Ahi is a snake. Vichika is a kind of the Vichika is a kind of the what we scorpion. Vichika is scorpion, yeah. Scorpion. Etc. Adina is etc. So that means yeah, many insects. Yeah. Like a snake, like a scorpion, even though the kind of insect biting, our body is the changing. And then unfortunately some kind of insect biting is going to die. So that's why here Buddha mentioned, but here in Cha, he Vichikana. Yeah. Outside, the snake, scorpion, etc. Maranasa Pachayana. Pachaya is cause of death. Maranasa Pachayana means a cause of death. Sadharano, connect or concern with inside and outside. The cause of death is concerned with our body. Our body concerned with these. Yeah. So Buddha is playing those things. Our body, nature of our body is, very close to die. Many causes, many pachaya, many causes. Okay, so that's why in the translation, and there are they born, grow old and die, evacuate and make water. The body is their maternity home, their hospital, their channel ground, like a cemetery. Their bravery and their urinal. The body can also be brought to death with the upsetting of these one. And then just as is shared with the 80 family of one, so too it is shared by the several hundred internal disease, as well as such external causes of death, such as snake, scorpion, and what not. So many kinds. Yeah, so we our body concerned with many various kind of causes of death. Yeah. So that nature we can reflect like this is also including the mindfulness on that. Yeah, we can reflect like this. Okay. So Pali mentioned like this, and we go to the next one is Yatahi. He is play modide. Yatahi. Yata is example. With the example modite here is playing Chatu Mahabhati. Chatu is a four. Maha is a great. Pati Pata is a street or road. So four great road. Tapidi. So Tapidi is so the junction of four great road. At the junction of four great road, let can meet. You know, Lakha is a target. Lakha meet at the target or sign, road sign. I mean, Lakha and me is here translation much more better as I mean the road sign because I mentioned the four great road junction. There's a sign. This is which way. This is where the road go. Huh? So the the road sign that can mean Sabadi Sahi. Sabadi Sahi is from the all. Disa is a direction. Sabha is all. From the all direction. Agada coming. Agada is a coming. Sara Sati Topam Marapanana Tayo. Sarasati Tomara Asana Dayo. Sara is arrow. Sara. Sati. Sati is kind of the spear. Sati is a spear. S-P-E. Spear. Sara Sati Tomara. Tomara is fork. Pasana is a rock. Pasana. Etc. etc. Audio. So arrow, spear, pike, stone, rock, same. Yeah, etc. etc. Nipadanti is falling. So that is the example. Yeah. So in the full great road junction, the all direction, the kind of the arrow coming, the spear coming, spike coming, and the rock coming. So it's not safe, isn't it? In that situation, it's not safe. Like this, Eon, Ali mentioned, Eon like this. Kayebi in our body also. Kayebi. In our body also, Sabubadawa. Sabba Upadawa. Sabubadawa means Sabba Upadawa. Sabba is all. Upadawa is a kind of accident. So all kind of accident. Nipadanti. And Nibbidana is falling. Yeah. Okay, so Swayang, Soyang, that body is Tesambi, Upadavana. So these danger, the accident or these danger, Nibbidana. Nibbidana is falling, Marana, Nikichadi, Marana is a death, Nikichadi, meaning is the rich. So come to that. So that meaning. So this is the nature of our body. It is connect with the nature of death. So that's why here English translation. And just as one target is set up, target or road sign is set up at the crossroad, and then arrow, spear, pie, stone, etc., come from all directions and fall upon it like this. So too, similarly, all kind of accident or danger before the body, and then also come to death through the accidents before in it. So this is a nature of the death. So we can reflect like this also. So many examples Buddha gave to understand how can we reflect the nature of death, maranasati. So maranasati is in various kind. We can practice the maranasati meditation. Okay. So I think we're not finished yet about the talking about the maranasati. So we will continue next week. Maybe next week we finish maranasati. Okay, so thank you very much for your watching. So the more you understand like this, the nature of our body and that, the nature of that, you can reflect in that way. So it's kind of the meditation is beneficial for us to be get the urgency to do the wholesome thing, wholesome deed. Manasati tab on that the mindfulness on that is beneficial to practice kind of the meditation. Okay, so before stop the lecture, we wish our Buddha teaching staying longer and longer in the universe. So we wish our Buddha teaching staying longer and longer. Buddha Sasanam, Chiran did 2 and 3 times, please. Buddha Sasanam, Chiran did 2. Buddha Sasanam, Chiran did 2. Buddha Sasanam, Chiran did 2. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idame punyang aswakayang wan hodu. Idame punyang nibbanasa pachayo hodu. Idame punyang magapala nyanasa pachayo hodu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for your watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.